And we are back on Take Action News. This is Richard Eskow, and we have been very concerned about the situation in West Virginia. So our next guest is hopefully going to fill us in a little bit on that situation. Our next guest, let me get the name right, Vernon Haltom, I believe is the name, director of the Coal River Mining Watch. Have I got that right?
It's Coal River Mountain Watch.
All right. Well, Coal River Mountain Watch. All right. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
Listen, first of all, we've been real concerned about you folks down there. How are you doing?
Things are actually getting pretty dire. One of the things that's a huge problem now is the water company and the government have given the all clear in a number of areas, and it turns out that the water that is coming through that is supposedly safe is sending people to the hospital. In a number of places where the all clear has been given, official water deliveries have stopped. So organizations such as ours and others are still attempting to deliver water. We've been delivering to places that are more outlying that haven't been given the all clear yet, and that are a little bit more remote, and where some of the folks don't have access to being able to just go and get the water that they need from the official spots. And it's really hard to, it's really impossible really to keep up with the demand. Since Friday, well, a week ago today, our volunteers and staff have been out on the road, delivering water to, and other things, in some places hot meals and baby wipes, other needs, to some of the communities. And it's not gotten any better. We just found out today that possibly the authorities have possibly not been testing for all the chemical that was in the water. It's a mixture of various things, and their safe level was based on only one of those things, and even the science on that was considered shaky. So people are given all clear to go ahead and drink the water, unless you're pregnant. And now pediatricians are saying, well, kids shouldn't drink it either, and we're saying nobody should drink it. Nobody should breathe it. You shouldn't even touch it. People are getting rashes just from washing their hands with stuff. And so now the national media has, moved on to Bridgegate or whatever, and West Virginia again is left rather desperate. I mean, it's not statewide. It's 9 counties, but 9 counties, 300,000 people who still don't have clean water. And
so, Vernon, if I may call you that, so you're really saying, if I understand you correctly, that all 300,000 people who are originally described as having this problem, we're not even talking about it's down to half that number. You're saying everybody is still in need and everybody is still struggling. Is that right?
Yes, even the people that were given the all clear to begin with, and flushed their system in accordance with the directions that they were given. Some of them have said that, okay, their water seems to be okay now. Others have still got this strong smell. Some still go to the hospital. And there are pockets of the stuff here and there. The water company's plans to flush this don't appear to have been thought out very well. In one case, in one of the zones, just a couple of days ago, they were all clear on the website. Their zone was turned to blue instead of red. A couple of hours after that, they got the call. Oh, wait a second! We accidentally acted in haste and gave it the blue designation inadvertently or prematurely, and they put it back to red. So it's, but we're not terribly surprised, because we have for so long lived in a state where the government only cares about the coal industry and chemical industries, and has ignored the safety and health of people for ages. I mean, forever, since we've been in state.
So you're saying you're not surprised to see that this took place?
I'm not surprised at all. It was really just a matter of time, and it's actually been taking place in a lot of communities for a long time. I mean, for years. A lot of people, a lot of communities have had their water poisoned from the end product of this. After it's used, it goes into what we call sludge dams. These multi-billion-gallon lakes built behind earthen dams up above communities and schools and homes, and also pumped into abandoned underground mines where it seeps into people's well water. So why do 300,000 people spread out over 9 counties rely on one inlet for their water? Because their other water sources have been poisoned.
So now, and I've been there. I've been to your state, and I've certainly seen the kind of destruction you have there. Now, your most urgent need, of course, is drinkable water. And now, as you say, the media has gone on to the next big story they're chasing, and people have kind of forgotten about you down there. Unfortunately, we're going to do what little bit we can about that. What kinds of help do you need? How could our listeners, for example, maybe be of help to you folks down there?
Okay. The Keepers of the Mountains Foundation is kind of a central location for donations. A lot of what we need is money for gas and water. Some of the water we're filling barrels from taps in clean places that were not affected by this spill. But we're also having purchased things like baby wipes, things that people need just to keep clean because you can't wash with the water. And I should have, and actually will, find their website really quickly. But or you can also go to our website, Coal River Mountain Watch. That's www.crmw.net. And if you make a donation on our donate page, please write water relief in the note. Although we're not limiting our relief efforts to just those. Donations have really not kept up with the demand.
So they can go to your website, Coal River Mountain Watch, crmw.org. Now, as you were saying earlier,
I'm sorry, that's crmw.net.
Oh, .net. All righty.
Yeah.
Okay. And thank you for correcting me.
Or alternatively, they can go to mountainkeeper.org.
Okay, or mountainkeeper.org. Now, as you said a minute ago, it's been quite a while that your state, it seems, the elected officials there have expressed an awful lot more concern about the well-being of the mining corporations than they have of the folks who live there, the rest of the people who live there, and there have been a lot of environmental devastation going on. And in this particular case, you have Freedom Industries. It looks, from where we sit, it looks as if nobody was really even paying attention as their tank got older and older and more rotten. It's almost as if nobody was inspecting it, nobody was checking on it, nobody was looking over their shoulders to prevent something like this from happening. Is that a fair description?
That's a very accurate description. This particular facility had not been inspected by the West Virginia DEP since 1991. I was still in the Air Force then. That was a long time ago, and the state, the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection, it has different divisions, but overall it is not actually. I mean, its title is far from accurate. They're really more of a permitting and enabling agency, primarily the coal industry, but also anybody else that wants to poison us. So that.
Well, we've got an electoral system, unfortunately, that sometimes lets it work out that way. Once this crisis is over, and God willing, it'll be over soon, where can people go to learn more about how to maybe help out with a better set of elected officials or better public information, whatever else you might need to handle the long-term problem down there?
Well, one of the long-term problems is that, because we have for so long in the state had elected official after elected official bows to the coal industry. That's And as a 501c3 nonprofit, we can't get into electoral politics. We can't promote or anti-promote somebody, a particular politician. But what we can do is point out the issues and bring up the issues and bring up the fact that nobody in the West Virginia government seems to really give a hoot about the people who live here. Judy Bonds, our late executive director, used to say everybody from the governor to the dog catcher is owned by the coal industry. So there are a few things that we are doing since that is such a big roadblock. One is we have what's called the CARE campaign, Citizen Action for Real Enforcement. And
Vernon, I'm going to have to cut you off there, unfortunately, because we're running out of time. But if people want to know more, it's crmw.net. Is that right?
Yes, and they can also go to acheact.org, ACHEACT.org, and folks there can learn about the bill that we have in Congress to stop mountaintop removal.
Excellent. Thanks so much for speaking with us. We're thinking of you. We wish you the best. Vernon Haltom, Executive Director of Coal River Mountain Watch. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.